Did you know the oldest known art on Earth isn't a painting or sculpture, but abstract engravings on rock in Africa? Forget everything you think you know about art history. We're diving into the rich, complex, and unbelievably ancient story of African art. It's a story that predates nearly every other artistic tradition on the planet. This isn't just about masks and statues, it's about the very origins of human creativity and symbolic thought. Our journey begins not in a museum, but in a cave. A cave in South Africa called Blombos Cave. Here, archaeologists have unearthed something truly extraordinary: engraved ochre. These aren't just random scratches. These are deliberate, abstract patterns etched into stone, dating back as far as 100,000 years ago. Imagine that. 100,000 years. That's tens of thousands of years before the cave paintings of Europe. These engravings are among the earliest evidence of symbolic mark-making, a sign that early humans were capable of abstract thought and artistic expression. They weren't just trying to survive, they were trying to communicate, to create, to leave their mark on the world. From South Africa, we travel north to Namibia, to the Apollo 11 caves. Here, we find something even more recognizable as art: images of animals painted on slabs of rock. These paintings, dating back roughly 24,000 to 27,000 years ago, depict creatures like rhinoceroses and giraffes. They offer a glimpse into the world of our ancestors, their relationship with the animals around them, and their ability to capture that relationship in art. But the story of African art doesn't end with rock paintings. Across the vast Sahara, in present-day Niger, we find more evidence of early artistic expression. Here, thousands of years ago, people etched and painted images onto rock faces, depicting animals, humans, and scenes of daily life. This Saharan rock art, dating back as far as 6500 BC, provides a window into a world that has long since vanished, a world where the Sahara was a lush, green landscape teeming with life. Now, let's fast forward a few millennia and travel to Nigeria, to the land of the Nok culture. From around 500 BC to 200 CE, this civilization produced some of the most remarkable terracotta sculptures ever created. These sculptures, often depicting human figures with elaborate hairstyles and intricate jewelry, are a testament to the skill and artistry of the Nok people. The sculptures haven't been found in pristine archaeological settings, and this means that interpretation is complicated. But their impact on the history of African art is undeniable. They demonstrate that by the first millennium BCE, African sculptors were creating sophisticated, three-dimensional representations of the human form. The Nok terracottas are also important because they challenge the common misconception that African art is primarily about masks and ritual objects. These sculptures were likely used for a variety of purposes, including religious ceremonies, ancestor worship, and even political displays. Moving forward in time, we turn to the Igbo culture, also in Nigeria. By the 9th century CE, they were producing intricate textiles. And cave finds in Mali preserve cotton and wool textiles from the 11th century CE. What is so significant about these textiles is that they show us that African artistic expression was not limited to sculpture and painting. It extended to a wide range of media, including textiles, pottery, and personal adornment. And let's not forget the ancient civilizations of Egypt and Nubia. These cultures, located in North Africa, produce some of the most iconic and influential art in the world. From the monumental pyramids of Giza to the intricate hieroglyphs of the pharaohs, ancient Egyptian art is a testament to the power, wealth, and sophistication of this civilization. And further south, in Nubia, the kingdom of Kush flourished, producing its own distinctive art and architecture. The pyramids of Meroe, in present-day Sudan, are a reminder of the rich cultural heritage of this often overlooked civilization. The art of ancient Egypt and Nubia is an integral part of the broader story of African art. It is a reminder that Africa is not just one homogeneous place, but a continent of diverse cultures, each with its own unique artistic traditions. From the dry desert to the lush forest, African artists have found inspiration in the world around them. The Friday Mosque of Djenné, in Mali, is a perfect example of this. Built in the 13th century and rebuilt in 1907, this magnificent structure is made entirely of mud brick. It is a testament to the ingenuity and skill of the local builders, and a symbol of the enduring power of Islam in West Africa. The mosque is also a reminder that African art is not just about individual objects, but also about the built environment. It's about creating spaces that are both functional and beautiful, spaces that reflect the values and beliefs of the community. As we move into the early modern period, we encounter the magnificent Benin bronzes. These sculptures, created in the Kingdom of Benin, in present-day Nigeria, between the 16th and 18th centuries, are among the most celebrated works of African art. The Benin Royal Portrait brass head, dated broadly to 1550–1680, exemplifies the skill of the artists. The bronzes were commissioned by the Oba, or King, of Benin, and were used to decorate the royal palace. They depict scenes from court life, as well as images of gods and ancestors. The Benin bronzes are not just beautiful objects, they're also important historical documents. They provide valuable insights into the culture, politics, and religion of the Kingdom of Benin. And finally, let's turn to Kente cloth. This brightly colored, patterned fabric is one of the most recognizable symbols of African culture. Kente cloth originated in Bonoman, Ghana, in the mid-2nd millennium CE and was later elevated by the Asante Kingdom. The cloth was traditionally worn by royalty and was used to signify status, wealth, and power. Today, Kente cloth is worn by people of all backgrounds and is a symbol of African pride and heritage. It has become a global symbol only after the Asante elevation. But the story of African art is not without its controversies. For centuries, Western scholars and museums have often treated African art as primitive or tribal, rather than as a sophisticated and diverse artistic tradition. This has led to the misrepresentation and misunderstanding of African art, as well as the exploitation of African artists and their cultural heritage. Many major African artworks entered European and American collections through conquest, coercion, missionization, or unequal trade. It is important to recognize the colonial context in which much of African art was collected and displayed. Today, there is a growing movement to decolonize the study and display of African art. This involves challenging the old stereotypes and biases, and recognizing the agency and creativity of African artists. It also involves addressing the issue of restitution, and returning stolen or looted artworks to their rightful owners. African art is not just a thing of the past. It is a living, breathing tradition that continues to evolve and adapt to the changing world. Contemporary African artists are blending traditional forms with new materials, global media, and contemporary themes. They are engaging with issues of identity, memory, migration, and political critique. They are also using their art to promote social justice, environmental awareness, and cultural understanding. As we conclude our journey through African art history, it is important to remember that this is just a glimpse into a vast and complex artistic landscape. There is so much more to discover, so much more to learn. The art of Africa is a testament to the creativity, resilience, and ingenuity of the human spirit. It is a story that deserves to be told and celebrated, and continues to be written today. Scene 1: Blombos Cave Entrance, South Africa, archaeological site, early morning light, cinematic 8K.